Tonight, the Austin School Board is discussing whether or not the state's new standardized tests should be counted for this year's high school students. STAAR exams are supposed to make up 15% of their overall grades, but just last Friday, the state's education commissioner removed that requirement for the first year of testing. KXAN's Jared Wise has more.
We've been getting a lot of phone calls.
It's been a busy school year for Beth Thornton, a local tutor who's been bombarded with parents wanting to get their kids prepped for STAAR.
They're supposed to be a little tougher, and they wanted to make students a little bit more accountable.
But they're also more controversial. The new STAAR, or State of Texas Assessment of Academic Readiness exams, will eventually be a state requirement for 3rd through 11th grade students. They include 12 course exams as opposed to just 4 with the previous tax tests. But the biggest issue, those grades will count for 15% of their overall grade when they graduate, a concern for many parents.
It's going to affect GPAs, getting into colleges.
This year's 9th graders are the launching pad for the new program.
Because we take so many tests already, and that's just making us stress over more and more each year.
Billions in education cuts from the legislature left schools with fewer tools to try and prep students.
There's some schools that don't have the practice materials, they don't have the preparation in place to start having this not only be an annual system that the districts are accountable for, but also something that the students are accountable for.
And that's a big reason the education commissioner decided to defer making the 15% requirement for this year, instead hoping school districts use the tests as a training tool.
Now, tonight's AISD meeting was just a work session. The vote on whether to defer the 15% rule this school year is expected at next week's board meeting. If the district does decide to wait, the new scoring system would start with next year's 3rd through 10th graders. We're live in the studio. Jared Wise, KXAN News.